Greetings, everyone. This is the Maria Cozette Show, where the left brain meets the right. I am so excited to have this guest with me today. He is one of the top physicians in Los Angeles and also happens to have a creative side and an extraordinary hobby. So we're going to get into that. Stay tuned for the interview. And of course, for any further information, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're tuned in to the Maria Cozette Show. I feel very blessed and honored to have this next guest with me today. He is a highly respected physician and has many creative outlets and hobbies, which we're going to talk about. So welcome, Dr. Boris Bagdasarian. Inch Pesek.
Thank you, Maria. I'm very happy to be here.
Likewise.
And honored as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so excited because, you know, you've done many television interviews and of course you've served in many leadership positions, but all geared towards, you know, your work, you know, in medicine and as a physician. But I wonder if anyone has ever uncovered this creative side of yours and all the different facets you have. So I'm very excited to be able to do that. But before we get to all of those things, let's discuss your educational and professional background as a physician.
Yes, I attended Western University of Health Sciences here in California, after which I went on to do my internal medicine residency at White Memorial Medical Center. I was chief resident, and my formal training in hematology, oncology, and bone marrow transplantation was conducted at both City of Hope and at UCLA.
Oh, wow.
And it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. And you've had such a successful and fulfilling, I'm sure, career. But now let's talk about your creative side. So how have you managed to weave in creativity in practicing medicine?
Creativity is a very important thing. It allows one to create dimensions that are in a multifaceted way to be able to integrate important things into the practice, not only from clinical pathways, but many other important aspects of the ancillary services that really are very fitting, especially in my field of hematology oncology. We deal with a lot of cancer patients, and so we don't just want to treat the cancer itself, we want to treat the human being as a whole.
Of course.
So my time has been spent now in looking at ways to enrich one's health after receiving their adjuvant chemotherapies, so creating a creative lifestyle. And so that also includes not only dietary, spiritual health, but as well as I'm looking at incorporating some novel supplements that I've been working on.
Wonderful.
And so hopefully these would be implemented within the next 6 to 12 months. I've been working on this, to be honest, for many years, but as a hardworking physician, it's been hard to able to integrate this. And of course, looking at many aspects and making sure that it's you know, validated and something that is credible, of course.
Of course. And we were just talking about this, what a demanding schedule you must have. And so with that said, you know, through my doctoral research, I found that physicians have found it to be challenging in taking on administrative roles because they initially sought out to be clinicians and healers. But you haven't had these challenges, or maybe you have had challenges. However, you've managed to attain some fantastic business acumen, skills, and expertise. So in your opinion, having served as an administrative leader, why do you think it's important for physicians to have these, you know, business expertise, skills, so on and so forth in today's climate of healthcare?
Yeah, it's even more important now than it ever was. You know, back in the 50s and 60s, the majority of doctors, pretty much most patients paid cash. They just needed an administrator in the office, a good nurse, and it was, you know, self-sufficient type of setup. Now it's so complex with all these different HMOs. You need a full team to be able to get authorizations and so forth. So when doctors graduate and they you know, they're exposed to a private setting and they see the complexities, they immediately are turned off with the situation and would rather be working with a hospital foundation model where they're not responsible for those administrative duties, or working for Kaiser and so forth. So that unfortunately is a very important thing that you brought up. Universities or medical schools don't teach our medical students. Some do, but not to the degree that they should.
Right.
I was kind of blessed to be mentored with senior partners when you have somebody who's there and who teaches you, you learn from the best.
Oh, it's
and
mentorship is so
Then we got to a
important.
point in our careers where as partners, we decided to bring in a professional administrator. And this gentleman has been able to allow us to expand above and beyond that we can personally have done. You could either be a great doctor or a great administrator. When you try to do both, you know, you dilute a lot out, and it doesn't allow you to excel and succeed. So you need to delegate. You know, if you want to go from one level to a much higher level, you have to create a team.
Yeah.
And you have to bring in that type of teamwork. And we've been blessed to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You've had such an inspiring career, truly, and I wish I had the time to get into all of it. But so I have heard that you have quite an expansive sports memorabilia collection. So how did this interest come about, and what are some of your favorite pieces in the collection?
Since I was a kid, I used to love collecting baseball cards, football cards, and growing up I was always into sports. Played Little League when I was young, played lots of soccer. We were inspired by all these great athletes, and we always wanted to be, you know, like Michael Jordan.
Yes,
as
Michael
they say,
Jordan.
just like Mike, you know.
Yeah.
Going through my formative years and into high school, I was always into sports. I always liked collecting football memorabilia. And growing up in Los Angeles, being born and raised in Southern California, you naturally become a Rams, Raiders, and LA Dodgers and Lakers fan.
Yeah.
You know? And so I was inspired by a lot of the great leaders from each teams. One of my favorites would be, my favorite athlete of all time is Bo Jackson.
Nice.
If many remember, Bo had so many commercials, Nike
absolutely.
commercials and Bo knows commercials.
Yeah,
and,
Bo knows. I remember that.
Yeah, he was an amazing guy and still is. Unfortunately, his career was cut short from injury. But I have many of his limited edition memorabilia. Marcus Allen, who is also one of the all-time great, and he's a Trojan, fight on.
Fight on.
And I have many USC national championship memorabilia. So, and some baseball and basketball.
Nice.
My kids now are enjoying them because my kids are also big sports fans, and it's good to see that you know, continue the interest in sports and being engaged. The key to success in any endeavor lies balance in that endeavor, and being active in sports and arts and crafts is you know, a way of allowing you to, you know, excel in other ways.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's a great outlet to allow you to, you know, relax and go out and just relieve a lot of that stress. So.
Yeah, I don't know how we would survive if we didn't have any outlets, you know. And you're very multifaceted, Dr. Bagdasarian, because you also play the piano. So I wanted to know, and you know I love music, so it's very interesting to me, first of all, how you find time to play the piano, and when you turn to music. You know, is it maybe as a stress reliever? Is it after a long day? Is it, I don't know. When do you like to play music?
As much as I can. My kids take after me too. Although
they play music too?
Yes, they all play piano.
Nice.
All three, better than I do. Especially the oldest two. They're little virtuosos. They've been playing for about 10 years. Still like playing the classical music. My older kids played a variety of different styles of music, but
Right.
classics are really what they like. I enjoy sitting in front of a piano to relax and allow all that stress to come out. Yeah, it's not easy every time, because one of the only times I have is late at night, and you can use the soft pedal, but sometimes it's not soft enough. So I would like to play a little more. But music is a wonderful, as you know, Maria, you're a professional musician yourself, and it's a great outlet to allow you to relax when you sing, when you sit and play the piano, or when you just listen to music. It calms you down, and it's important for the soul and for our spiritual fulfilling, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. And so I'd like to ask you this question that I ask all my guests, and of course it would be very insightful to hear what you have to say. Why do you think it's important for professionals to have a creative outlet or a hobby, something outside of their main profession?
I see a lot of doctors that are just 24/7 guys. They go in to work, they go home, they have really no life. And I always express, I say, guys, go out and do something. I know you used to enjoy sports or going to a theater. You need to have some balance in your life. Like I said, key to success in any endeavor lies balance, and that's true. You have to have some creativity in either music or sports, some balance that really will fulfill you as a person. That's really the building blocks of a solid individual. So it's important.
Very well said. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for
inviting
me. It was wonderful.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And of course, stay tuned for more of the Maria Cozette Show.
To create along with nature. To masterfully blend subtle flavors. To trust time in the making of history. To share everything we are proud of. Ararat, from heart to heart.
Everyone, Maria Cozette reporting here from ANCA Western Region's annual gala. I'm very excited to be here, as are all these supporters, incredible sponsors, donors, and of course I'm amongst such incredible leaders of the Armenian American community. And once again, I'd like to really congratulate ANCA for all the continued work they do for our cause. And stay tuned, I'm going to have interviews with fantastic people. Hey everyone, I am here with our young leader, Armen Sahakyan, Executive Director of the ANCA Western Region. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you, Maria. How are you?
I'm great. You always have that radiant smile on your face. And I know that you put a lot of work into, the ANCA Western Region. So I wanted to ask you, what are some things that we can see coming to fruition in, 2020?
Absolutely. Well, speaking of 2020, I'll be remiss not to mention the census, because that's the first thing that comes to mind. Census is sanctioned by the U.S. Constitution to take place every 10 years. So 2020 happens to be one of those years. And so we're working very actively to ensuring that the Armenian American population is counted adequately. So every 10 years we've been making a lot of strides. And so to that effect, we've first time created the so-called Armenian American Complete Count Committee, AACCC, which is composed of a variety of Armenian American community organizations, religious, youth, sports, social, in an effort to try to reach to as wide of a segment of our population as possible. So that's one. And of course, 2020 is going to be known for the upcoming elections, both during the March primaries in California, as well as the November general election. So we're working hard on that as well through our High Votes initiative. You can see some of the banners behind us here. year.
So a lot of times when people see a lot of big things happening, the ANCA is usually behind it. And so what are your feelings today at the gala? And of course, it's now your first year, correct, being the executive director. We're all very proud of you. What are your feelings today in this new position at the gala?
Well, yeah, this has been a long time coming for me because since I got hired in February, it's always been on the agenda for us, of course. And I have to have a special shout out to the gala organizing committee under the leadership of the wonderful Marie Philippian and the entire committee members who really worked tirelessly day and night in pulling this event together.
Incidentally, she's my sister and a very talented individual, and I wanted to really commend you on all the incredible work you've done being a part of the organizing committee of this beautiful gala. What is the type of work that goes into organizing such an event?
As you can imagine, it's a great deal of work. I mean, we have 1,000 attendees and a lot of wonderful honorees. So we meet on a weekly basis to make sure everything's in place. You know, we have wonderful sponsors who we really appreciate all their support throughout the years, and it's an honor and a privilege to serve on this committee.
Let us enjoy this wonderful evening and dinner which the Lord has provided for us. We thank the Lord for all His gifts. Amen.
Amen.
The ANC is engaged with this country and the ties to Armenia and Artsakh and beyond.
So I'm here with Senator Durazo, who represents Little Armenia. Thank you for your incredible work in the community. What are your feelings today being at ANCA Western Region's annual gala?
Well, I'm very proud, I'm very excited, and I'm very thankful about what the ANC does for not only the Armenian community, but for the broader Los Angeles. The work of the ANC is so important to all of our neighborhoods, all of our communities. And I'm proud also to have supported funding for the museum, the Armenian Museum. And these are the kinds of things that we do together, and there's nothing better than the model of the ANC to work together with communities and to be strong for all the needs of our communities. Education, the economy, business, you name it, they are leaders for all of us.
I'm here with Lina Davitian, always supporting ANCA. She's a board member and liaison to the organizing committee. How are you?
Fantastic. Glad to be here today with everyone else.
Yes, and your commitment is so admirable. You are beyond committed, and I've served on the organizing committee with you, and it's just very inspiring to watch you. And, you know, what are your feelings today, seeing all of this come to fruition and really being in support of ANCA for all these years?
It's a wonderful experience. We're very happy we had Marie Philippian as our chair this year, and we're just thrilled. We have about 900 guests in attendance. This is our biggest gala, and we're truly appreciative of all the support for the ANCA.
Well, I'm just very honored to be here among so many wonderful people who support ANCA's amazing work year after year. So it's just wonderful to be here. Also, we have some amazing honorees who have given so much to our community. So I'm just honored and blessed to be a part of this wonderful event.
I'm here with the beautiful and ever so lovely Araxia Karapetyan, Fox 11 anchorwoman. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. What a turnout.
I know. It's really 1,000 people attending.
That's what I heard. I'm nervous because people always think just because you're on camera, public speaking is something that you just naturally can do, and that is not the case. So I'm like, I think I have to go up there and say a few words, and I'm already thinking about that.
Oh, please. I'm sure you speak so eloquently. You'll be fine. And of course, what was your experience as far as serving as a panelist at the Grassroots conference?
You know what? It was wonderful, and I'm thinking about why I haven't participated participated in the years past. I had such a wonderful experience meeting women in the same industry and just kind of sharing ideas.
I want to commend you on utilizing your platform to support the Armenian cause. You're always on it. And so what are your feelings tonight being here at ANCA Western Region's largest event?
Well, first of all, I'm deeply humbled and honored, and I do what I do because, first of all, I love my job, and I'm fortunate enough to have a career where I can always grow and evolve as a person. But now to be able to be involved in something bigger than myself and to give back, to be recognized for your work when that's not why you were doing it to begin with, is just the icing on the cake.
I don't know where we would be without the ANCA. There is no other organization, advocacy group, Armenian-based, that comes close to doing the work. Assembly has a small niche, other groups have small niches, but the one group that gets the work done day in, day out at full throttle is the ANCA.
I'm certainly amazed at how many people are here. The turnout is fantastic, but what a great organization, the ANCA. Western Region is strong, supportive of the Armenian community here and abroad, and I couldn't respect any community better than I do the Armenian community. They're fantastic.
What are some important things that are coming up? And I'd like to mention, of course, April 24th. Let's explain that initiative.
First of all, thank you for this opportunity. And I have to tell you, I am so thrilled that on April 24th, from now on, Glendale College will close its doors, and we will commemorate the day in honor of the 1.5 million people we lost during the genocide.
I'm here with Rafi Kasabian, Vice Chairman of ANCA Western Regions Board. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm so happy to be here. This is an unprecedented event, the ANCA Western Region Annual Banquet. We have over 1,000 people here from the community from all across the Western Region, including public officials on the federal level, state level, local level, and our grassroots is here, our supportists, our activists on the ground from everywhere, from Nevada, from Colorado, just from across the entire Western Region. So I'm very excited.
I am here with LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, and of course an honoree this evening. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's truly an honor. I'm so humbled by this award, and working with the ANCA Western Region has been an honor. And just the whole relationship I have with the Armenian community today, I mean, this is just an incredible night for me.
Yeah, and of course you must know that we're very appreciative of all the support of the Armenian community, especially being a non-Armenian. We like to always embrace everyone, and so thank you for all the work you've done. What are your feelings tonight as far as being at ANCA Western Region's largest event, and of course being in the spotlight as well? Well,
you know, first of all, when I look at the honorees that are receiving the award tonight, you know, for me, I'm just humbled. It is, I'm grateful for the support. I went to Armenia in the summer, and so I really understand the connection that people here have with Armenia.
Here with the very first female superintendent of the Glendale Unified School District, Dr. Vivian Ekchian. Pleasure to meet you finally.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Yes, I've heard so much about the incredible work you're doing, and what do you foresee, you know, in the coming year as far as the Glendale Unified School District is concerned?
Well, our hope is that our students will be globally competitive. We're working towards every student being bilingual, college, career, and life ready. That is our expectation.
Vartan Karapetyan of Glendale City Council member, and of course Dr. Armina Karapetyan. She is the Vice President of the Glendale Unified School District Board. How are you both?
Doing well, thank you.
Wonderful. And so I just wanted to get some words with you. Of course, community service is at the top of both of your lists. So how does it feel being here at the biggest event of the ANCA Western Region, and as far as your continued support of ANCA?
Well, it feels great. We attend every year, and ANCA does so much work in our community, not only on local level, also on state and federal level.
So, you know, as elected officials, we see firsthand what an important job ANCA does on numerous issues, not only educational, not only political, but really Armenian cause.
That's a wrap for the ANCA Western Region's annual gala. It was an honor for me to serve as a journalist here and talk to all these fantastic leaders. I really urge everyone to get involved with the ANCA Western Region, especially our youth. They have incredible opportunities to get involved as far as internships and multiple initiatives launching in 2020. So once again, thanks for tuning into the Maria Cozette Show. I'm out.